Okay, let's start. This is the second lecture. We are still in Unit 1. The first topic, personality, will continue. We haven't finished Unit 1 yet. We start today from page 11. Right? Okay. Next first page. Now here as a revision for the text that we have had in the previous lecture, because our exercises today in this lecture are going to be related to this text. Just to remind you, with the text as above, right, so below, right, which was about the superstitions and beliefs, right, beliefs on star signs, right. So this is your text. You read it again, right, you check it, you read, and you continue the next page for the text. This is your text, right, you continue read it up to this question by someone who said, what's the harm if we don't pay money, right, and we just check in early morning our horoscope, right, by astrologer, how to tell us how to run our life. No problem, right? Okay, so you read the whole of the text, and then we continue our exercise, right, our exercise that we started last video on vocabulary focus 1. We stopped on number 3. Now on this video we continue vocabulary focus 1. We continue it from statement number 4, right. You choose the correct word, right. Right, sorry. So let's read. Let's start statement 4. Now, as we have done before you listen to my correct or model answers, the answer key from the video, what you do, you switch off the video now and you try to read and choose the correct word on your own. You do it in your sheet. You read and you answer in your sheet. After you finish, you switch on the video and check the video, check your correct answers, check your answers were correct or not, right? Switch off the video. Now I'm gonna read and give you the correct answers. The researcher wants to test her new what about language learning. She is not sure if it is will work, but she wants us to find out. What do we choose? Candidate or stereotype or theory or survey? Actually theory. So the sentence, the researcher wants us to test her new theory about language learning. So because she is not sure if it will work, but she wants to find out, she wants to know. So theory. Number 5. Although some people smoke and never fall ill, some people, yeah, they are strong, although they smoke, right? What do we choose here? For becoming ill is much higher in people who smoke, right? What do we choose here? We choose potential, right? Although some people smoke and never fall ill, the potential for becoming ill is much higher in people who smoke, right? Okay, number 6. This new product is not safe, so we need to what? To justify or deny or conclude or warn people not to buy it. What do we say? Actually, we choose the warn. this new product is not safe. We need to warn people not to buy it. 7. I am a bit of what? Of the new government. I don't think it does anything right. What do we choose here? We choose A. Critic. I'm a bit of a critic of the new government. I don't think it does anything right. 8. Why do you think that all European men smoke and drink too much? That's just what? There are many who don't. What do we choose here? Actually, we choose C, right? Stereotype. So it's not clear here. Stereo. Yeah. Stereotype. Okay. So, why do you think that all European men smoke and drink too much? That's just a stereotype. There are many who don't. It means who don't smoke, who don't drink too much. So, stereotype. Okay. Next exercise, vocabulary Fox 2. The question: circle all the words that match your personality. Here, star signs. Here, what we call star signs. And every star sign has its name and then has its personality feature. Right? You read the personality feature here, personality features here. If it fits you or suits you or you think it matches you, you circle, right, the name of the star sign because it matches your personality. Okay, but first let's talk about the star signs first. First star sign, Aries. Right, this one, yeah, right. Maybe it's this one. They call it Aries, right? In Arabic, الحمل. Next, Taurus, which we translated into bull. This one, yeah, الثور. Next, star sign, Gemini. All right. I think this one, yeah, Gemini, yeah, this one, which we call it in Arabic الجوزاء. Cancer, right, which we call it Saratan. This one, Cancer. Leo, or the lion. Maybe it's Latin words, right? The root for these words are Latin. Leo, or the lion. This one, yeah, Al-Asad. Next, Virgo. All right. Sometimes we call it Virgin. This one, Al-Azra. Libra, right, like scale. This one, Libra, Al-Mizan. Scorpio, or what we say in English, Scorpion. This one, okay, Scorpion, or they call it Scorpio as a star sign. Next, Sagittarius, right, for this one, which we call it in Arabic al-Qaws. Next, Capricorn, this one, Capricorn, right, as we say in English, the goat, al-Jadi. Next, Aquarius, right, Aquarius, this one, oh sorry, back, yeah, sorry, Aquarius, this one, which we use to take water from a hole or from a well, right, Dalu, Aquarius. Next, Pisces, this one, like what we call it, a fish or a whale, this one, Pisces, the fish, which we call it in Arabic al-Hut. Sorry, Pisces, we pronounce it as, sorry, Pisces. Yeah. The pronunciation for this star sign, Pisces. This one. Pisces, as what we call it in Arabic, al-Hut. Now, these are the drawings for all these star signs, and these are the names. Okay? And these are the features for the personality. The first, Aries, the personality, passionate and direct and creative. Okay? Taurus, calm, peaceful, stable. Gemini, adaptable, clever, active. Cancer, loving, dependable, helpful, cautious. Leo, confident, outgoing, proud, trusting. Virgo, right, perfectionist, right, hardworking and selfish. Libra, fair, okay, and sociable, right, friendly and romantic. Oh, sorry, the electricity went off. Just to check, right. Libra, we finished with Libra. Scorpio, right, mysterious, powerful, and right, charismatic. Okay. Sagittarius, enthusiastic and adventurous, optimistic. Capricorn, ambitious, patient, proud, and stubborn. Aquarius, independent, individualistic, considerate, right? Considerable, right? Or considerate, sorry, this letter is T. Considerate, right? Next, Pisces, spiritual, sensitive, idealistic, and creative, right? Okay. Now we go to the next page. In the text on page 11, several words are in bold. Write them next to the correct antonym below, here. For example, give me the antonym. It means the opposite. For example, lazy. The antonym is, or the opposite is hard working. So you can take the answer from page 11, previous page. Right? Now we started number 1. Dependent. The antonym or the opposite for dependent. Right? The opposite is independent. Independent. 2, pessimistic. The antonym or the opposite is what? Optimistic, as we have done before. Sorry, don't listen to my real or correct answers. What you do, you switch off the video and try to work on your sheet alone. After you finish, you switch on the video and check your answers, right? So, pessimistic, the antonym or the opposite is optimistic. 3, unoriginal. The antonym or the opposite as mentioned in page 11, right? As mentioned in page 11. Unoriginal, the opposite or antonym, creative. 4, adaptable, the antonym, stubborn, S-T-U, stubborn. 5, considerate, the opposite or the antonym is selfish. Selfish, you find it on page 11, right? If you go back, you find it here on page 11 here. Selfish here, this one, right? Right. All right. Number 6, shy. The antonym is outgoing, outgoing, right? 7, insecure. The antonym is confident, 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 confident. You write it here. 8, selfish. The antonym, right? Of course, considerate, as here. Considerate, selfish. Selfish, considerate, right? 9, cold. The antonym, as mentioned on page 11, is friendly. Friendly, right? Friendly. 10, humble. Humble. The opposite is, or the antonym is, proud. Proud. Proud of himself or humble of himself. Right. We continue. We carry on. Grammar, relative clauses. Right. Let's read. We often shorten relative clauses. The relative pronouns that and who. Relative pronouns that and who. They are relative pronoun, and the sentence they are mentioned in, we call it a relative clause. And the following, be as a verb, are optional in these sentences. For example, beliefs that are based on superstition. So, relative pronouns that and verb to be are. They are optional. You can cancel them and say beliefs based on superstition. It's the same like beliefs that are based on superstition. Again here, another example. A broadcaster who is named Naomi. So, who, relative clause and verb to be are optional. You can cancel them and say a broadcaster named Naomi. Another example. Americans that are aged between 13 and 64. So relative pronouns that and verb to be are optional. You can say Americans aged between 13 and 64. Right? And this is a relative clause. Right? Alright? Right. Let's have the exercise on this grammatical rule here. Grammar 1. What does it say here? Read the sentences and cross out the unnecessary words. For example, here, unnecessary words, which are optional. This theory is based on studies that were conducted in 2001. What do we do here? The optional, not necessary. That were, what do we say? This theory is based on studies conducted in 2001. As in here, relative pronoun that and verb to be. We cancel them because they are optional. Or as it say here in this exercise, unnecessary, not necessary. Cancel it. Just cancel it. Right? Now, before I give you my correct answers for 1, 2, 3, and 4, what you do, you switch off the video, right? You work on your own on the sheet, read and cancel not necessary words, which are optional, right? And then after you finish, you switch on video and check. Now, let me start, okay? 1. Students who are coming early tomorrow will get extra points, right? Where are the unnecessary words here? Who are, cancel, who are, and it becomes students are coming early tomorrow, right? Will get, right, extra points, right? Right? Okay. Extra points, or what we call it in English sometimes bonus. Alright? So students coming early tomorrow will get extra points. Okay, we'll get extra points. 2. The lady who is working on the contract said she hasn't finished. What do we cancel here? Who is relative pronoun and verb to be. It becomes the lady working on the contract said she hasn't finished. The lady working on the contract said she hasn't finished. Okay? So we cancel who and is, like this. 3. The man brought in a bag that was full of money. It becomes, here we cancel relative pronoun that and verb to be was. The man brought in a bag full of money. Cancel that was. 4. Actors who are in blockbusters often become very famous. We cancel relative pronoun who and verb to be are. Cancel. Becomes actors in blockbusters often become very famous. Right? Okay. All right. Now we go to grammar 2. Next exercise, grammar 2. Combine the sentences into one using relative clauses. Then reduce the relative clause. For example, I have a friend. Okay. Another statement. He is living abroad. Okay. Another statement. He speaks English well. Right. We want to combine them in one sentence. Okay. Like this. I have a friend living abroad who speaks English well. Who speaks, sorry, because one singular. I have a friend living abroad who speaks English well. Now, it's a relative clause, right? Okay, we combine them in one sentence, and now then reduce the relative clause. It becomes what? What is the relative pronoun? This one. Cancel it. Step 2. I have a friend living abroad speaks English well. Without who. Right? Right. Let's do it. Now, before I give you my correct answers, what you do, you switch off the video, you work on your sheet alone, right? And then check with the video. 1. My friend has a book. Full stop. The book was signed by Stephen King. Full stop. In one sentence, right? In one sentence. My friend has a book, right? Which was, cancel the book. So, my friend has a book which was signed by Stephen King, right? We combine them here in one sentence. And now we reduce it. Cancel, not necessary words. We cancel which. My friend has a book signed by Stephen King. Signed by Stephen King in one sentence. Right? Number 2. Islam is a religion. The religion was founded by the Prophet Muhammad. Combine them together. What we say in one sentence. Islam is a religion which was founded by the Prophet Muhammad. This is one sentence. Now we reduce it. We cancel not necessary word which and was. It becomes Islam is a religion founded by the Prophet Muhammad. Okay? 3. The Lord of the Rings is a film. The film was based on a book. In one sentence, relative clause, the Lord of the Ring is a film which was based on a book. Now reduce it, we cancel. Cancel which and was. The Lord of the Rings is a film based on a book. Okay, we cancel which and was. 4. The pyramids in Egypt are huge structures. They were built by thousands of slaves. In one sentence, the pyramids in Egypt are huge structures which were built by thousands of slaves. Now reduce it, cancel, not necessary words, we cancel which and where. It becomes, again in one sentence again, the pyramids in Egypt are huge structures built by thousands of slaves. Again, the pyramids in Egypt are huge structures built by thousands of slaves. Right? That's the one sentence. I think I stop here and continue next part after 5 minutes because the electricity is off. It's off now. Sorry for that. Stop here. Right, let's start. So, as a note for what we call in English culture notes. Before we start the next text, right? Let's read this note. It's about the next or coming text. ABO blood types were first discovered in 1901. This discovery is still considered one of the major breakthroughs in medical history. Another note about blood type personality. Beliefs in Asia continue to be widely held today. Many women's magazines have regular features on blood type personality and relationships. Comic book authors usually give their main characters blood types that match their personalities. In the West, the blood type diet has recently become relatively popular. This is the theory that blood type is an important factor in determining which foods people should eat. According to that theory, people with the blood type O should eat a diet rich in meat. Right. So with type O, they should eat rich in meat, or should eat food that is rich in meat. While people with blood type A should eat mainly vegetarian food. So with A, no meat. With O, they should eat meat. People with blood type B may have a more flexible diet and eat a lot of dairy products. Right, with type B, they can eat a lot of dairy products. While people with the blood type AB should eat a combination of foods recommended for blood types A and B. Right? That is as a cultural note for the coming text. Right. Right. This is the new text. Right? Effective skills here. Personalization. These are bags of blood that we usually see and found in hospitals and clinics. Right? Let's start this text. Read the following passage and indicate how closely each personality type is like you. Right? So before we read the text, what we do is you may listen to me reading once, twice, 3 times and so on, and then switch off the video and try to imitate. You try to read and record yourself reading, right? Until you improve your reading. The title for this text here: Are blood group and personality related? So, the question: are blood group and personality related? Is there a relation between the blood group and personality type? Or let's say personality type, okay? Let's read about this. In other words, the relation between the blood group and personality type. Right. In the West, some people, right, believe that an individual's personality and character can be predicted according to the time of the year that the person was born. Time of the year also, they say, is affected in personality type. The Chinese believe that the year of birth determines character. In the past century, a relatively new belief, right, has arisen. The idea that personality is related to ABO blood group. The blood group personality theory started in Japan in 1927, when a secondary school administrator noticed personality similarities and differences among his staff. The theory soon went out of fashion, but was brought back in force in the 1970s. The belief is still strong in Japan and is now becoming increasingly popular in neighboring countries. Right? This is the first paragraph. It started in Japan, that the belief that there is a relation between blood group and personality type. Next paragraph, starting with a question. Is the belief accurate, or is it just a modern day superstition? Why not test it? Why not test it for yourself? First, read each description and decide how well it matches your own personality. Then check to see if the ABO blood group theory accurately predicted your personality. Right? Now, in the previous text, right, at the beginning of the lecture, we used to read there that there is a relation between the star signs and personality. Today, we read that there is a relation between blood group and personality. Right? Let's read. Number one, some beliefs. Number one, people with this blood group are individualistic. They are creative and curious. Again, they are creative and curious and are always open to new adventures and challenges. They live life with passion and tend to be optimistic and outgoing. Right? Here. Their main weakness is a tendency to be selfish, which can cause them to be irresponsible and forgetful of others. They are unpredictable. Sorry about this word, which is not clear. We read it. Unpredictable. Unpredictable. It's not clear, right? Which can make them very it's not clear. Entertaining, right? Is it letter T or F? Sorry, it becomes letter T. It's letter T. Entertaining, right? It's letter T, yeah. It's not clear with me on my sheet. Entertaining, right? Which can make them very entertaining and charming, but this can also make close relationships with them difficult. They can also be jealous. They are often good cooks. Right? So this is one of the personalities. Right? Which is number one about this kind of personality. Now, what about you? Right. Is it the same as your personality, as we have read here in number one? If it is so, choose one of these. This is me. This is me exactly. Is it? Exactly? You choose it. If not, you read the next. This is generally like me. It's not the same 100%, but somehow, maybe, you choose this. Or someone has chosen this, which is some, not all, not everything. Some things are like me, but not all of them. If we say this is the first 100%, the second 90%. The third here, some, maybe 50%. 50% is the same, 50 not. You choose not to choose. Let's read the next. This isn't generally like me. Not generally, means 20% is the same, 80 not the same. The last, I am completely different. 100% is not the same here. Opposite than the first one. Here 100% is the same, but here 100% not the same. Which one is the same like you? Right? Or like the personality here? You choose one. Okay? Let's go to the next page and see and read. Personality number 2. Now here we read and then you choose. Is it the same or not the same, or 50% or more? Let's read. People, let's start it, sorry. Let me open my sheet because it's not clear for me on the computer. Right. People with this blood group are natural leaders. They are confident, right, charismatic and ambitious, and prefer to be the center of attention. Even in defeat, they are optimistic. Defeat, maybe it's not clear for you here. Even in defeat, it means they lose the game, or they lose the war. Even in defeat, they are optimistic about the future. They are often athletic and prefer to be active. Their main weakness is pride, which can lead them to be stubborn. They love to be around people, but also tend to be uncommitted in relationships. They often have a trouble finishing what they start. Right? This is personality number 2. Now, what about you? Is it the same? If it is 100 the same, that means you choose the first. This is me exactly. You choose it. If not everything, maybe 80%, this is generally like me, maybe. Or 50%, some things are like me, but not all of them. Or 20% is the same, 20% only. This isn't generally like me. Or it's not like me at all. I am completely different. Choose one of these. Personality number 3. Let's read. People with this blood group are serious and hard-working. They are generally conservative, responsible, and tend to follow the rules. They are often perfectionists, wanting everything to be done properly. Right? Here. Right? Right? So, right? Perfectionists, wanting everything to be done properly. Let's carry on. And, right. And they feel stressed when things don't work out the way they planned. They seem calm and focused in difficult situations, but they tend to avoid confrontations and arguments. They are usually shy and quiet and can be sensitive to criticism. They tend to be cautious. Alright, maybe it's not clear enough here. To be cautious. And can be very stubborn about doing what they feel is right. They are well organized and punctual. They make keen gardeners. Right? This is personality number 3. Now, what's the same for you? Is everything the same for you here? 100%? You choose this. This is me exactly. If it's not exactly the same, let's say 80% the same, this is generally like me. You tick this, for example. Or 50% is the same, tick this. Some things are likely me, but not all of them. If only 20% is the same, you tick this. this isn't generally like me. If 100% is not the same, totally different, you choose this. I am completely different. Now let's go to personality number 4 and read about it. People. People with this blood group are contradictory, easily switching from one extreme to another. They can be cool and confident. Maybe it's not clear enough here. They can be, verb to be. They can be cool, letter C, and confident. Right. One moment. They can be cool and confident. One moment. They, then sensitive and indecisive, and indecisive the next. They can be outgoing and sociable in some situations, but then shy at other times. So every time they are not the same. They are very considerate and generous to some people, but also strict, critical, and forgiving to others. Generally, they are unpredictable and independent, seeing themselves as separate from the group. They are often very analytical and rational in their views. Right. Now, what about you? About this personality? Right. What about you now? Let's read. Is this personality matches you? Is it the same? If it is 100% the same, you choose this. Let's read it. This is me exactly. You tick it. If 80% only the same, you tick this. This is generally like me. If 50% the same, if 80% only is the same, this is generally like me. If only 50% the same, some things are like me, but not all of them. If only 20% is the same only, this isn't generally like me. You take this. If it is totally different, you take this. I am completely different. Right? So now we finished talking about types of personalities. 4 types. 4 types of 4 different personalities. And we had an exercises here, questions, to choose which is the same for you. One of these statements should be the same for you. Right? Now, after talking about blood groups and relationship with personalities, now we start discussion and exercises. Right, here, discussion. Complete the sentences with information about you. Let's read and complete it. Right, about yourself. Number 1. Here. The personality I am most like is number you choose. Which is the most like you? Which personality? Which number of personality? Right? You go back and check. Is it number 2 or 3 or 4 or the one back number 1? Which one is the most like you? Everything in that personality is the same. Which one? You write its number here. 2. And here other personalities that are similar to me are numbers. Now other choices are the numbers, which is not the same but most, let's say, similar somehow. Maybe 80% is the same. Which numbers? You write them here. But here number 1, which is 100% is the same. Which one? You write the number. And here the rest, which is similar but not exactly. 3. The personality that is unlike me is number. Now, which personality number is not the same? It's totally different. You write it here. Okay, let's read now here. Question. What is your blood group? What is your blood group? Check below to see which descriptions, right, match the blood groups. Now first here, here, you write on the question mark here, your blood group here. Is it A negative, A positive, B negative, B positive, O negative, O positive? You write it here. And then check below to see which descriptions match the blood group now. Now, after you write it, now check the personality for you in the text, in the previous text. So personality number 1, blood group is B. If we go back, here, number 1, it's a blood group, right? Blood group B. We can write it here. Here, number 1, here, B. Or under number 1, we write B. It means blood group B. People with the blood group, this is their personality. Right? And number 2, personality number 2, blood group is O. If we go back, number 2 here, we write blood group O. And this is the description for people with the blood group O. This is their description. Number 3, personality number 3, blood group is A. Here we can write blood group A. This is their description for their personality for blood group A. Right? Now personality number 4, the blood group is AB. They call it AB. We can here write blood group AB. And this is the description for the personality for people with the blood group AB. Right? Now, what does it say here? Right? Notes. The notes here. It was very accurate. The description of my blood group is more accurate for me than any other. Right? Oh, let's continue the questions here. What is your... Sorry, here. We are here, sorry. The question. What is your blood group? We write it here. Right? A or B or whatever, your blood group. And then check below to see which descriptions match the blood group here. Which one matches the... which description match the blood groups? Right? And then did the ABO, right? Blood group personality theory, ABO, accurately predict your personality? Is it the same as your personality? Discuss the answer with a partner, right? A. Right. Let's read. Maybe you say it was very accurate. The description of my blood group is more accurate for me than any other. Or B. It was fairly accurate. The description of my blood group matches me well, but so does the description of another blood groups. Or C. You choose C. Choose one. About this theory, you maybe want to say it wasn't very accurate. Other blood group descriptions match me more closely. Or you may choose D. It was mostly wrong. Everything is wrong. Not everything, mostly. 90% are wrong. Or you choose E. It was completely wrong. Everything is wrong in this theory. Right? Everything according to your blood group and according to personality, everything is not the same or wrong. Everything. Maybe you choose this. So, read, and what's your opinion? One of these must be your opinion. One of these. You circle it. and discuss it with your friend. Right? Right? Let's read. Summary correction. Summary correction. Right? Summary correction. Yeah. The following summary has incorrect information in each sentence. Right? There are mistakes here. The question says underline the mistakes. Right? You underline the mistake here, and for me I want to say, after you underline it, how do you know it's not the same as the previous text? How? Where did you find the answer? It means write the number of the lines. Right? So two things. First, underline the mistake. Number two, on the word or on the lining, write the sentences, the number of lines in the text. Let me give you an example for the answer, right? And then you do the rest. Let us read, right? Let's read. This is the text, which must be the same as the previous text. The ABO blood group personality theory claims that our blood group can shape our future. Right? The mistake, what is it? We underline it here. Our blood group can shape our future. Which line shows us that this is wrong? Lines, we write here, you can write here, number 5-6. Line 5 and line 6, you find the answer. Let's try. Let's go back, line 5 and 6. Go back. Yeah, must be here. This is line 5 and this is line 6. Line 5, let's read. The idea that personality is related to ABO blood group, right? The blood group personality theory started in Japan in 1927, right? Right? Claims that here our blood group can shape our future. Here, the idea that personality is related to ABO blood group is related, right? And not can shape our future. Is related, right? So, personality related to blood group, and not blood group can shape our future. It's not about our future, right? It's not. So it's wrong. The correction is this: the idea that personality is related to ABO blood group, and not as in the sentence here, and not as in the sentence here, can shape our future. No, it's wrong. And we write the number of lines 5-6. Let's continue. Read. Now, before I give you my correct answers, what you do, switch off the video and go to your sheet and try to read and check the text and underline the mistakes and write numbers of lines according to the text, to the original text, right? Let's read. It was first proposed by a scientist in Japan, right? In the 1920s. What is the mistake here? By a scientist, right? It's wrong, scientist. Underline it. How do we know it's wrong? Let's go back to line 7, right? Line 7. 5, 6, 7. Here. Started in Japan okay? When a secondary school administrator, not a scientist, but secondary school administrator, right? Let's say an employee who works in a secondary school and not a scientist. This is the correct answer, administrator. Which line here? This is line 5, 6, 7. We write line 7, right? So here we underline scientist, it's wrong, and here we write the number of line number 7, right? by a scientist in Japan in the 1920s. Let's continue. Right. It became largely forgotten for several decades, right? But then became popular again beginning in the 1990s. 1990s? No, it's wrong. Not in the 1990s. It's wrong. How do we know? We write here line number 9. Let's go back to line number 9 and check. 1990s. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But was brought back in force in the 1970s. Here is the correct answer. 1970s. This is line number 9. Because this is 10, so this is 9. Right? So 1990s, it's wrong. We underline it. How do we know? Line number 7 here we write. People, right? People in blood group A, right, are considered to be hard workers, right, and somewhat liberal. Type A people, right, are hard working perfectionists who, right, perfectionists who enjoy confrontation. Oh, confrontation? No. Right? Not who enjoy confrontation. That's wrong. Underline enjoy confrontation. How do we know? Even the one before here, sorry, liberal. Underline liberal. Right? To be hard workers and somewhat liberal? No, not liberal. With the group A, not liberal. How do we know? It's not. Go to line number 43. 43. Here. 40, 41, 42, 43. They are often perfectionists. Right? Here. Responsible and tend to follow the properly, and they feel, right, 43. This is 40, 1, 2, 3. It's here. They are often perfectionists, wanting everything to be done, right, properly. So not liberal, perfectionists, the answer. And the other one, who enjoy confrontation, it's wrong. You find it in the line number 46. 46. 45, this is 46. Not enjoy confrontation, but they tend to avoid, not to enjoy, to avoid. This is the mistake. So it's to avoid confrontations, right? Oh, sorry. We should be back here. Here. To enjoy, underline enjoy. It's wrong. It's to avoid. Where? Line number 46. Right? They tend to be disorganized. No, wrong. We underline disorganized. Where do you find the answer? Line 49. Let's go to 49. 49 here. They tend to be cautious. Cautious. Not to be disorganized. No. This is the correction. Right? Not to be disorganized. Underline this. What else? Sensitive and punctual. Okay. People in blood group B tend to be very creative and considerate. They love challenges. Right? What else? And easily make close relationships. No, it's wrong. We underline easily make close relationships. Where do you find the answer? Lines 22, 23. Go back. 22, 23. 22. Oh, sorry. 22, 20, 1, 2. And charming. But this can also make close relationships. Right? Love the challenges. And here 23, 21, 21, 2, 3. Here. But they can also be jealous. Right? Them right? They can also be jealous, right? And not easily make close relationships, right? But this can also make close relationships with them difficult. Yeah, this is the answer. Can also make a close relationships with them difficult and not easily. There in the exercise it says easily. It's not easily, it's difficult. What is the answer? 21, 2, 3. Here, 23. This is the correction. Difficult. Right? Difficult. What else? People in blood group O like to set big goals for their future. Right? And usually finish what they start. It's wrong. Not usually finish what they start. Line 34. 34 here. 34. But also tend to be uncommitted and not finish what they start. Uncommitted in relationships. Right? Uncommitted. Right? Let's go. Right? They enjoy meeting their friends and new people, right? And are unlikely to divorce. Unlikely. It's wrong. Unlikely to divorce. Line 34. 34. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. They are often perfectionists, wanting everything to be done properly. 41, 2, and 3 here. They are often perfectionists. Right? Perfectionists. Here it's unlikely to divorce. Right. Okay. Finally, people in the AB blood group are not always good at following rules. Right? But they are always sociable. It's wrong. Not always sociable. Line 59. 59. It's here. And sociable in some situations. Not always, but in some. In some situations. Right? Here. Some situations. But in the exercise it said always. This is the correction. Some. Okay? In some situations. Their personality doesn't change often. It's wrong. It changes. Let's go back. Which line? 56 and 57. 56. Here. People with this blood group are contradictory. Right. Easily switching from one extreme to another. Yeah, it's not always the same. But in the exercise it said doesn't change. Right? It said here doesn't change. No, it changes. And generally they are very logical in their views. Right? We stop here. This is the end for this lecture. Thank you very much. Good luck. See you. Goodbye.